Coming up in this episode, Cowboy's new women's coach talks talent from Rugby League Women's World Cup. Blease says Salford's island of Misfit toys tag is not an insult. And 10 clubs join the diversity in the boardroom plan from the RFL. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel Held Dominance. Anthony here. Please remember to like and subscribe, and also click that notification bell if you're enjoying what you're seeing and if you want to see more. So where do we begin today's episode? Well, we bring you news from the RFL as a new initiative has come out in regards to promote inclusion in the sport, and at the very top of each club as people are being sought from diverse backgrounds to become board members at 10 RFL clubs, including 3 from the Super League. This is all thanks to a deal that has been brought about thanks to a groundbreaking partnership between the RFL and executive search firm Inclusive Boards. Inclusive Boards specialise in supporting organisations to become more inclusive, though through greater board diversity and stronger governance structures. Through the Rugby League Club Board Diversity Project, an initial 10 professional clubs will work with the RFL and the Inclusive Boards to broaden and strengthen the skills, knowledge and expertise within their boardrooms. 10 clubs that are included are, starting from League One and the Championship, Barrow Raiders, Halifax Panthers, Hunslet, Midlands Hurricanes, Sheffield Eagles, Swinton Lions, Widnes Vikings, as well as Super League clubs Huddersfield Giants, Salford Red Devils and Wakefield Trinity. With that, each club will be developing their inclusive leadership and recruitment process to ensure that sport is able to attract and choose the best possible candidates for the roles. Ben Aberstein, the RFL's inclusion lead, stated Rugby League is a sport that takes pride in its history of diversity and representation at the highest level. The Club Board Diversity Project aims to ensure that this is present at leadership levels. This project is another important part of our Tackle Inclusion strategy and a massive step forward for the game. A step that is not only made possible by the clubs committing to being representatives of their community. Samuel Kasumu, the co-founder of Inclusive Boards, says we're proud to work with the Rugby Football League and to be at the forefront of positive change in the sports sector. We firmly believe that this programme will encourage more people to get involved with sport, both recreationally and professionally. Inclusive Boards will work alongside all participating clubs, ensuring they each receive a baseline audit during its initial stages of the programme. This process and practice ensures a sound understanding which is gained of each club's needs and what work has already taken place to improve participation. 2 training sessions will then be designed to deliver, followed by a one-to-one guidance and support from the Inclusive Boards team. Inclusive Boards will also recruit a pool of diverse candidates for each club, taking a skills approach first. A skills first approach even. There are some good initiatives around Rugby League and also bringing in outside help with such social standing, shall we say, at this point. What this leads to, I don't know. It could boost the eyes on the game, or it could boost just some financial gain for the clubs. All's positive. We have to try something, because if we try and get the brightest and best, we'll either be paying through the nose, or it'd actually be rugby union. As a club, Salford Red Devils have routinely defied the odds to be successful. Since avoiding relegation in 2018, they played in the Grand Final, Challenge Cup Final, and came close to a second Grand Final in 2022. But how they managed this on a limited budget and how they managed to sign players like Jackson Hastings, Brodie Croft, and Tim Lifey is exceeding expectations for a club that admittedly punch well below their own perceived weight. It's got to be said that under Ian Watson and with the guidance of Ian Blease as director of rugby, it all started this new version of Salford Red Devils. But it's now Paul Rowley and Kurt Hegarty have took the reins and have possibly extended what they've done and made it even better in some aspects. Director of Rugby Ian Blease was interviewed by The Raw in Australia as the publication likened the team to a team of misfits, and making the comparison between that and the film or book Moneyball, which saw the Oakland Athletics go on a magnificent run, defying the expectations where they use stats and statistics to becoming a top team in the Major League Baseball of America. Blease, though, said in the interview, if you look at our list going back to 2018, there's probably 15 to 20 players where they all had an individual reason why they weren't making it. Either cast aside by their clubs, problems off the field, not wanted, fell out with someone, a whole host of reasons. But we do our due diligence on their backgrounds. Bill Clark called us a team of misfits when we got to the grand final, which some of our fans took exception to, but without disrespecting the team, he's probably right. 3/4 of them were players that other clubs didn't want. Honesty is also important for Blease in this circumstance. They have to be clear that they won't be joining a club like Wigan Warriors or Warrington Wolves as an alternative to playing for Salford Red Devils, or as in the stature of the size of the franchise that they're coming into. Despite their recent on-the-field accolades, I think we built a pretty solid platform that assesses players that will fit into our culture and club. When I chat to players, I tell them what a small but hard-working club we are. We muck in, we help, and it's not always for everybody. I tell them, if they think they're coming to a Wigan, Saints, or Warrington, they're not. Being an ex-agent, I know how to work both sides, he said. I don't get everyone I want, but I set a target. If I set a target, back myself to give the player what they want contractually, and then sell the teams. It's good to have that overview. Being at the club previously, I knew exactly what we've done wrong in the past. Even when I was playing, I was really determined not to make the same mistakes. We don't get everything right, but even the great Alex Ferguson made mistakes. But the ones that have come good have really shone. Blease believes that if they continue with the progression and continue with the good work, then success will come on the field for Salford. I can smell a trophy. This year more than any time, I'm quite chilled out about winning. It'll come when you've done the right work. If you work hard as an individual and as a group, you'll get your rewards. This group is a hard-working group. I smell it. We might have a limit, but it doesn't stop us trying. We were close last year, and with the brand of rugby that Paul Rowley has them playing, we'll continue next year. God bless us. We like to take a risk, but we'd like to be intelligent. Looking at Ben Jeffries' year as a coach, it has been a whirlwind one to say the least, as the former Papua New Guinea Orchids coach and Indigenous Women's All-Stars coach has now become the head coach of North Queensland Cowboys' inaugural NRL Women's Rugby League team. He was appointed on the 24th of November 2022, and he made his feelings known about his recruitment process and what his thoughts are in Women's Rugby League as a whole. And he has seen some talent across the board during the World Cup that women's players from other nations can't make it in Australia's premier women's competition. Speaking firstly before the Women's World Cup, he said, "I see Papua New Guinea as an untapped playing market for the women's game," Jeffries told the NRL.com website. "If they play with passion and pride that they normally demonstrate with some of their football smarts added in, it is a good recipe for success. I believe there will be more Papua New Guinea qualified players that could play at the level of NRL Women's. They just need to be identified and possibly filtered into the New South Wales and Queensland competitions to provide that stepping stone." Commenting on his experience as a pathways coach for North Queensland Cowboys before his stint with the Indigenous Stars and Papua New Guinea. He continued to glow about England's Rugby League women, as he has some comments and some positive about them playing in the new NRL women. The fullback Francesca Goldthorpe, the left winger Leah Burke, the whole back row Holly Dodd, Elmy Rudge, Jodie Cunningham impressed me. Those three were real workers. Georgia Roach, the 5'8", is another, and I don't mind Olivia Wood either. So there's plenty of potential in that England team. This comes after reports that NRL.com have reported at least 5 clubs in the women's game over in Australia have inquired about 19-year-old York Valkyrie second rower Holly Dodd to see if there's an interest in the move there. They say that the fellow teenager and Leeds Rhinos fullback Frank Goldthorpe is also attracting the interest, as well as Leeds teammate Georgia Roach, a former Woman of Steel halfback, as well as former York forward Olivia Wood. This, though, comes as no surprise to former England women's head coach Craig Richards. After following the exit of England from the World Cup, he admitted some of their players have been talking about the prospect of a new NRL women's move. During the tournament, some of the girls are ambitious and they do occasionally mention it, he said. "I've had to have one-to-ones with some players and my feedback is always honest. You are good enough, without a shadow of a doubt. I don't think there's any of that 24-player squad that you drop into the NRL side and they wouldn't thrive. Some would do more than thrive." Jeffries, though, seen here with the Australian Indigenous players who he coached during the year and while on duty in York, coaching against them as the Papua New Guinea's head coach, said that the French and the Brazilian sides do have players in them too that could thrive in the NRL given the right opportunity. The women's game is on the verge of bursting out, and this World Cup has probably helped that massively. We'll have to see what comes of it, but at this point, we know that Jeffries is in charge of the North Queensland Cowboys women's team for 2023. And that's it for another episode, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe and share this video worldwide, as well as clicking on that notification bell for any updates on new videos that may be coming your way in the near future. Tell me what your thoughts are on today's episode in the comment section below, as the comment section is open for business, but please be respectful, as the guidelines say. Anyway, normally I ask you what your thoughts are and go for a review of the episode, but I'm going to show you a little gift that I got this morning through the post. I got my Challenge Cup tickets during Black Friday, and they sent me a little gift. And what are they? Christmas socks. Oh, snow, try, check grounding, please. Very funny. Well done. I enjoy these little gifts that come through. I got my Challenge Cup tickets during Good Friday. Black Friday, that's the one. I don't care who was playing, I was going down to Wembley for Club Wembley, and I got it under a very, very discounted price. So, because I ordered early, they've sent me some socks. That's nice of them. Anyway, tell me if you got them in the comment section below. If not, why not? Or you just wait for your postman. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please remember to share this video worldwide. I'll end the episode as I always do by wishing you all the very best, so please stay safe, and I'll see you in the next episode.